Hi, everyone. I'm Kathleen Jasper, and welcome back. Today, we're talking about resiliency in leadership, what it really means, and why it matters. Yes, this shows up on exams like the SLLA 6990 and Praxis 5412, but more importantly, it shows up in interviews and in your everyday work as a school leader. When you sit in front of an interview panel, they're not expecting perfection. They're not looking for someone who has all the answers. What they are looking for is resiliency, your ability to face challenges, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward when things don't go as planned. And trust me, things will not always go as planned. So, what does resilient leadership look like? First, it means accepting that some of your ideas won't work. Just like in the classroom, not every strategy lands the way you expect. The difference now is your decisions impact a whole school. Sometimes the data or feedback shows you that what you thought was right isn't. That's not failure, that's leadership. One of the biggest mistakes candidates make in interviews is trying to sound perfect. District leaders don't want that. They want to hear about your mistakes. What went wrong? What data showed you that? And most importantly, what did you do next? Resilient leadership sounds like, this wasn't working. The data showed me that. So we adjusted and tried again. Let me give you a quick example. I once worked with an assistant principal who grouped struggling students together based on data. It made sense at first, but over time, those students actually fell further behind. Instead of doubling down, she reviewed the data, acknowledged the issue, and changed course. Students moved back into mixed groups with targeted support during intervention, and it worked. That's resiliency, not being right all the time, but being willing to pivot when the data tells you to. It also means paying attention to qualitative data, feedback from teachers, parents, even the tone of conversations. If something isn't landing well, a resilient leader reflects instead of getting defensive. And finally, resilient leaders anticipate barriers like time, resources, or teacher buy in and plan for them. But even with great planning, things can still fall short. When they do, you revisit the data, adjust, and keep going. Here's the bottom line: you are going to mess up as a leader. We all do. Growth doesn't come from everything going perfectly, it comes from learning, adjusting, and moving forward. If you need more support as you prepare for your leadership certification exam, be sure to check out kathleenjasper.com. You'll find comprehensive study guides, audio courses, and complete prep options for both the SLLA 6990 and the Praxis 5412. And don't forget to follow me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more strategies, updates, and free resources. If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend or colleague who might need it. Thanks so much for listening. Can't wait to connect with you again next time.